So once you have a judgment against a tenant from your local magistrate's office, how do you go about collecting on that judgment? In this video, I'm going to teach you exactly what you need to do. My name is Brandon Yeager. I'm a broker with House Rock Realty, and I'm also a real estate investor here in Westmoreland County. And I just want to preface this by saying what I'm going to show you is the document that Westmoreland County uses. One of my friends actually sent this to me, and I use this for filing a judgment against a tenant who I had won the judgment at the magistrate's office, but I wasn't sure how to go about the process by I guess by myself pro se at the local Prothonotary's office. And there's also a document that we're going to go through regarding wage attachment because it has a couple paragraphs in there that I believe pertain to this, but I'm not an attorney. So either contact your own attorney, or as you'll see in the one document for the wage attachment, you're more than welcome to contact this attorney and see if they're able to help you out. That document was forwarded to me as well by somebody else. I think they sent that to me, this PDF file. But let's start with the judgment itself. So what you need to do, and I believe the wait period was about 10 days. So after you get your judgment, and that's finalized at the Prothonotary's office. I believe what you need to do is wait 10 days and then you can go, or maybe it's 30, but I think it was 10. And then you need to go and get, they call it like a certified transcript of the judgment. So you go back to the Prothonotary's office and they can give that to you. I don't believe I paid anything for it. But basically, what that certified transcript does is it has this raised seal from the district justice. Basically, the magistrate puts their stamp on it. And with that, you can then go back to the Prothonotary's office and you need to provide it, and at least for Westmoreland County, you can go and provide this notice of entry of judgment to each defendant. Please include a stamped envelope addressed to the defendant. So maybe make sure you take along envelopes with stamps just in case you have to do that. If you use one of our notices of entry of judgment forms, complete the caption and amount of judgment only. We will be assigning a new case number, and your date of judgment will be the date it was timed in at this office. There's a filing fee there for Westmoreland County. At this time, it was $76.25. Maybe take a checkbook with you and or cash. But I would probably recommend just taking a checkbook with you. Oh, actually, never mind. There you go. We do not accept personal checks. Please pay by sending cash or money order. So you might want to contact your local Prothonotary's office to find out how much that's going to cost, or just take some cash and make sure you're able to pay that. So that is the process. It's fairly simple, and then they will send out the judgment, and very quickly, at least in Westmoreland County, it gets posted to the website. Now, this is very important. I'm going to switch over to this document again. I believe somebody had mailed this to me via email. It was a PDF, and this is a PDF about wage attachment in Pennsylvania, the ins and the outs of attaching wages. And this one was provided by attorney Lee Stavali, it looks like, had written this little article, and it's very helpful. And again, things may have changed with it, and you may want to contact the local attorney, but if you're not sure where to start, probably contacting this law firm here would probably be a great start. They are in Pennsylvania, so you at least know that probably like 90% of the process is still the same, even in their county where they're at. And sometimes there might be little nuances in each individual county. But what I really want to point out to you guys here is down here at the bottom of this wage attachment. What is so we had recorded the judgment and we ended up getting paid off by recording that judgment. It's the only time we've ever had a judgment on a tenant that we've ended up getting paid back on, was the one that we took to the Prothonotary's office. And it's because we knew that they did have some jobs. They had purchased a property and they were supposed to be getting a settlement coming in. But what I want you to know is this right here. So let me zoom in on this a little bit. The duty of the judgment creditor landlord. I'm not positive if it, and this wage attachment is from the Prothonotary's office. They're saying the garnisher and garnishee, and they're talking about the Prothonotary's office. If I had to guess, it's probably very similar to if you were a landlord and you file this judgment. This is something you may need to check into. If I had to guess, it's probably similar, but I don't know. But it's something to pay attention to for this particular reason. Once you get paid off and the judgment's satisfied, the judgment creditor landlord must maintain an account of amounts received through the wage statement. Once the satisfaction of the total amount of the judgment has been received through the wage attachment, the judgment creditor landlord must enter the satisfaction of judgment in the court of common pleas where the judgment is outstanding. This is talking about wage attachment. However, it's probably very similar to a landlord who has this judgment outstanding. In this particular case for the wage attachment, if a judgment creditor landlord fails to enter satisfaction of the judgment for more than 30 days after receiving satisfaction, the judgment creditor landlord shall pay liquidated damages to the judgment debtor tenant. Get this. So these people have probably gone for months and months, or maybe even a year, being behind on your wages, you having to drag them to court, you having to get the judgment, and it's been a long, drawn out process, and you probably lost a lot of money getting to that point where you get the judgment. And then once you get paid, if you don't file a satisfaction within 30 days, this is what happens to you. 1% of the original judgment for each day of delinquency beyond 30 days. Can you imagine? Like 1% per day. So literally, if you end up recording this like satisfaction judgment 60 days later, that's 30% of that you need to pay back to the tenant according to this document, which is crazy. Up to 50% of the original judgment amount. So again, check into that. It's very important to find out whether that is or is not the case. I am not an attorney, but please check with one. And hopefully this helps to clear up a little bit. Basically, just to quickly summarize, you get a certified transcript after you receive your final judgment at the magistrate's office. Once you wait 10 days, 30 days, whatever that process is, ask your magistrate's office. They'll tell you. Once you get that certified copy, then you go back to the Prothonotary's office. In the case of Westmoreland County, take cash or a money order, make the payment, take some envelopes so that you can provide a stamped envelope for mailing that, and you should be good to go. And then you will have your judgment recorded. All right, guys, I hope that video helps clear that up a little bit, and I look forward to talking to you in the next one. Thanks.